ABC Mobile News.
The wintertime in Indiana, typically when homeowners tend to take a closer look at their roof, making sure it can sustain any snow and ice.
I think most people will be surprised that we actually do get a lot more repair and active leak calls towards the end of the year, like now, because people start to notice little areas where water might be getting in.
Luke Speckman, owner of Roof Scientist, says homeowners can learn the age and overall standing of their roof through an inspection from a specialist. The oldest radio station in Evansville will soon be off the air. 1280 AM will be going silent on December 31st. WBGF was launched back in 1923. And the Indiana Hoosiers meeting up with Alabama next following their win against Oklahoma Friday night. The two will play on New Year's Day in the Rose Bowl. And the Indianapolis Colts are in primetime this week. They will host San Francisco at Lucas Oil Stadium on Monday night. Kickoff just after 8 o'clock. I'm Jarrett Lewis on the level on the go and at WIBC.com. Now the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Sunday, lots of sunshine, highs in the mid-30s. Sunday night, partly cloudy with our low temperatures in the lower 20s. On Wish TV, Storm Track 8 meteorologist Ryan Morse for 93 WIBC.
It's Terry Stacy for Cynthia's Hallmark, and this Christmas, give her something she'll treasure forever. The most sought-after jewelry in the country, E. Newton. Timeless, elegant, and designed for everyday wear. And don't forget the classic Ronaldo bracelets, hand-wired with care in New Albany, Indiana, and these gifts are gifts she will truly love. E. Newton and Ronaldo are available only at Cynthia's Hallmark in Greenfield, and if you're looking for relaxation as a gift, explore the Lemon Lavender Collection. Pampering spa day favorites, perfect for anyone who could use a little comfort this season. And you've got to feel the lavender-scented Warm Pals. They're gently weighted, warm or cool, and designed to give that soothing hug-like feeling. Gifts that fit every budget for every person on your list. You'll find just the right presents at Cynthia's Hallmark, including gift cards. Make your holiday giving meaningful, memorable, and magical. Shop locally owned Cynthia's Hallmark, celebrating 40 years. 116th and Allisonville Road, 96th and Lantern Road, 116th and Brook School Road, and in Greenfield.
To protect his family from disaster, Steve used his camera phone.
Done.
By taking pictures of his important documents, Steve can always have them stored online. Learn more simple disaster prep tips at ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
This is Saturday Night on the Circle on 93 WIBC.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the inaugural edition of Saturday Night on the Circle here in the new building on East St. Joseph Street, right around the corner from the Central Library. Still ironing out the kinks here and there, but you and I are going to have a show together here, joined with producer Gavin in the studio. I can still hear the bump. There we go. We are still ironing out the kinks here, ladies and gentlemen. But of course, I wanted to talk about the brutal shooting that happened last week at Bondi Beach. Just terrible. 15 people tragically lost their lives at a Hanukkah celebration, ages ranging from, I think, 10 to 87, 15 victims killed, and then an additional 40 or more wounded. And this has become the clash of civilizations, the representative of the representation of the battle that is taking place for Western civilization and cultures that are incompatible with civil society. And of course, Chuck Schumer had the most horrific take imaginable, as you can probably expect, because as he was about to honor the victims of that brutal attack, first he made time to praise the Bills. Priorities, ladies and gentlemen, priorities.
And of course, I'm going to say a few words about the terrible shooting in Sydney, Australia. Okay? So, and first, of course, as I always say, no matter what, go Bills. They beat the Patriots today. It's a big deal.
Go Bills. The first thing you're going to think of after that tragic attack is sportsgetball. I mean, the guy absolutely has no remorse. It's just completely inappropriate. and shows you where this guy's mind is. He's totally detached. He's totally oblivious to how insensitive it is to be talking about your preferred sports team right before you talk about a brutal terrorist attack. And Australia has naturally been put on edge following this incident. On Thursday, they intercepted 7 individuals in a motor convoy headed towards Bondi Beach, they thought, for another attack, potentially.
News overnight, Australian police conducting a huge operation in a suburb of Sydney, only days after the terror attack in Bondi Beach nearby. Agents acted on new intel suggesting another possible violent plot, but they have not identified an immediate link to the ongoing investigation. In Sydney for us, Steve Harrigan chasing down all of these leads and joins us now. Steve, hello.
Bill, Australia's counter-terror police are in action in a very big way in the suburb of Sydney. In heavily outfitted tactical gear, they rammed 2 vehicles, detained 7 men they say were planning a violent attack on the way here to Bondi Beach to carry out an attack, but police saying there is no connection at this point between those plans and the attack that did take place here on Sunday.
Now, as it happens, those 7 men were unarmed except for 1 knife that was detained at the scene. They say they're innocent. They say they have no connection to extremist groups, even though they were traveling from Victoria and were known to law enforcement authorities prior to their interception. So there was a degree of confidence that the Australian government had moving forward when they intercepted these individuals, but now may be getting sued for protecting their citizens. Of course, it's not irrational for Australia to have this response, given the way other European countries around the world have recently experienced a rash of attacks that has now caused countries, including Paris, to put on pause their New Year's Eve celebrations. Why? Because of the danger that it poses to citizens, because Christmas markets continue to be attacked, because Europeans have been victimized by a series of terrorist attacks across the country.
A beautiful and spectacular event, and it has all been canceled because the French government can no longer keep its own people safe from potential radical Islamic terrorists that they have welcomed into their country. Think about that. France has let in so many Middle East and North African migrants that they can no longer assemble in crowds. We're watching one of the most beautiful countries and cultures in the world commit suicide. And this threat has now spread all over the West. This is not singular to Australia or France. It is everywhere now, including in Germany, where many are too scared to go to the country's many famous Christmas markets because they are now so dangerous. They're such a target for radical Islamists. Take a listen to the details from this report.
Terrorists have struck 7 European Christmas markets since 2014, 3 in France and 4 in Germany, all carried out by men of Muslim or Middle Eastern backgrounds. Authorities arrested 5 men suspected of planning attack number 8 in Germany last week. One of them, a Muslim cleric from a German mosque who urged his followers to kill as many people as possible.
I'm in danger.
So there is a basis for pattern recognition here, because there have been a series of attacks that Europeans have fallen victim to, and this isn't a racial issue as some disingenuous commentators will lead you to believe, because of course Islam is not a race. It is an ideology. It is a religion. It is an idea specifically that leads them to be in conflict with both Western civilization and the Jewish people, both as a religious institution and as an ethnic people as well. That's why the attack in Bondi Beach happened, that was targeting specifically Jewish citizens. And this is something that is not new. It's been called out by public intellectuals like Christopher Hitchens going back almost 15 years ago. 24 years ago. This was a clip from 2001. Of course, we lost Christopher Hitchens, I believe, 14 years ago this week in 2011 when he tragically passed away from esophageal cancer. But he was an outspoken critic of Islam and saw the conflation of accusations of his racism and Islamophobia as far back again as 2001. This is such an important clip.
This is very urgent business, ladies and gentlemen. I beseech you. Resist it while you still can, and before the right to complain is taken away from you, which will be the next thing. You will be told you can't complain because you're Islamophobic. The term is already being introduced. into the culture, as if it was an accusation of race hatred, for example, or bigotry, whereas it's only the objection to the preachings of a very extreme and absolutist religion. Watch out for these symptoms. They are not just symptoms of surrender, very often ecumenically offered to you by men of God in other robes, Christian and Jewish and smarmy ecumenical. These are the ones who hold open the gates for the barbarians. The barbarians never take a city till someone holds the gates open for them. And it's your own preachers who will do it for you, and your own multicultural authorities who will do it for you. Resist it while you can.
He's out of line, but he's right.
And you've seen now the response by the Australian government is not to limit the incursion of these radical extremists into their country, but rather to continue disarming Australian citizens, stepping up their already heavy program of gun control in the country, continuing to disarm and make vulnerable people to attack. Because let's not forget, the reason why it took nearly 20 minutes for anybody to involve themselves and to retaliate was because the Australian citizens have been disarmed. And that is the direction that Australia continues to move. And they're also criminalizing critics against the rise of Islamic extremism in Britain and elsewhere. If you criticize this, you could risk prison time because of so-called hate speech. But we must never forget the clarity with which people like intellectuals like Christopher Hitchens spoke and warned us about the incursion of Islam, and now we are watching it in real time. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned to Saturday Night on The Circle. This is the inaugural edition on our new building in St. Joseph Street. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Santa's checking his list, and the Hoosiers keep landing on the nice and nasty list. Nice hustle, nasty from downtown.
And three-pointer on the way. Yes!
Coach Darren DeVries has a workshop full of sharpshooters and high flyers, stacking up wins like gifts under the tree. Grab the cocoa and enjoy some holiday hoops. IU versus Kentucky tonight at 7:30 on your home for Hoosiers basketball. 93 WIBC.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and
it is
Wisconsin.
what it is.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BREAK25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BREAK25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BREAK25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle.
Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout offer. When you bet on a team to win and they take a 17-point lead, you get paid no matter the final score. Forget the final whistle and start counting that cash. Hold up. You get early payout on parlays, too.
Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Indiana. T&Cs apply.
Hi, this is
Lloyd,
Jessica,
Robert, and Adam
from Kirby Heating and Air Conditioning in Pittsboro. The Kirby family wishes you the merriest of Christmases and happiest of New Year's. Thanks for your business. We really appreciate it. If you live in Hendricks or surrounding counties and need us, we are always here to help. Kirby services any model, and we proudly install American Standard products. Call us at 317-892-3614.
Kirby is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Happy holidays from Kirby Heating and Air Conditioning.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. Trade stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto all on one platform. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move. All investments involve risk, including loss of principal. Options, futures, and crypto trading carry significant risk and may not suit all investors. Securities offered through Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Futures trading is offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Crypto offered through Robinhood Crypto LLC, NMLS ID 1702840, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Portfolio management offered by Robinhood Strategies, an SEC registered advisor.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
This is Spencer Thompson at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. The year-end 98th anniversary sale is here, and not only do we guarantee you the best price on furniture and mattresses with free delivery, but for a limited time, save 50% off all in-stock Big Green Egg accessories. Up to 25% off Berlin Gardens and Pollywood outdoor furniture and lift chairs starting at $5.99. Sale ends Monday only at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
Buying a diamond has changed. There are mined and lab-grown diamonds. Pierce Jewelers carries both. Pierce can educate you and save your hard-earned money. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce
Find
Jewelers.
the path to recovery that works for you. Learn more at cdc.gov/stop overdose.
This hour is powered by Pierce Jewelers, the love center of Carmel.
Monday, so good to me.
This is Saturday Night on the Circle on 93 WIBC.
Monday morning.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Saturday Night on the Circle, and I'm your bespectacled curmudgeon, Ethan Hatcher. That's producer Gavin on the board. A couple of weeks ago, on the 8th, the Indiana General Assembly, the Senate, had their final vote on the disastrous mid-decade redistricting plan here in Indiana, and I'm happy to report that it was voted down after being roundly rejected by the majority of Republicans in the Senate, joined by the minority of Democrats also voting against it, and quite a number of Hoosiers stepping forward during testimony, including myself, to testify against the disastrous bill. And now that it has been voted down, you have Donald Trump, who is attempting to, shall we say, distance himself from the outcome of that vote and saying that he wasn't really invested in it that much after all.
Mr. President, in Indiana, just a few moments ago, the Senate there rejected the congressional map to redistrict in that state. A number of Republicans voted against that redistricting effort. You have spent a lot of time talking about this. The Vice President traveled to Indiana. What's your reaction?
Well, we won every other state. That's the only state. It's funny because I won Indiana all 3 times by a landslide, and I wasn't working on it very hard. It would have been nice. I think we would have picked up 2 seats if we did that. You had one gentleman, the head of the Senate, I guess, Bray, whatever his name is. I heard he was against it. He'll probably lose his next primary, whenever that is. I hope he does, but because he's done a tremendous disservice. I mean, think of it. It's a great place. I love the people there. They love me. You know, we won in a landslide all 3 times. Got tremendous votes. I got record votes. And then there's no reason for doing that. And the Democrats do it to us, so I can't imagine that they do it. But I wasn't very much involved.
You sit on a throne of lies.
Not very much involved. Oh, you were only personally calling Indiana senators, including Greg Good and others. You only invited multiple senators down to the White House to converse with you on the issue, including sending your vice president down to Indiana several times in order to help persuade legislators. Here's a thought, Mr. President. You may have helped persuade the Indiana General Assembly had you stepped up to intervene and invest law enforcement resources to identify and capture some of the individuals who are making threats against these legislators, who are calling the police and the SWAT, trying to SWAT them and endanger their lives against these legislators, pipe bomb threats. Had you shown that you had a care and an interest for the well-being of those that you wanted to persuade, maybe you would have been more successful in doing just that. Of course, more than 100, I believe it was 127 Hoosiers had signed up to testify and make their voices heard on the bill. There was a minority of Hoosiers that supported redistricting, but the vast majority who testified against the bill were against it, including myself. And I thought I would share my 2-minute testimony because this was an interesting experience for me. Participating in the testimony process over at the State House was a first.
Okay, we are ready for Mr. Hatcher.
My name is Ethan Hatcher of 93 WIBC, Saturday Night on the Circle, and for my entire voting life, I've cast votes for Republicans and Libertarians. I voted for Donald Trump in 2020 and 2024, but today I stand before you vehemently opposed to mid-decade congressional redistricting plans pushed by House Republicans, a blatant power grab that I believe compromises the principles of our founding fathers. The maps unveiled just days ago seek to artificially engineer a 9-0 Republican stranglehold on our U.S. House seats by fracturing Democratic strongholds like Indianapolis and Lake County into multiple districts, which would intentionally dilute the voices of urban voters in a clear act of gerrymandering. It's not just politics, it's a calculated assault on fair representation and echoes the grievances that ignited our nation's birth. Our founding fathers rebelled against tyranny with the cry, "No taxation without representation." They envisioned a government where citizens' voices mattered and where maps are drawn not in haste to silence dissent. Recall the words in the Declaration of Independence that governments derive their just powers from the consent of the governed. Yet in this mid-decade gerrymandering, it sidesteps that sacred principle. Here we are, overtaxed as always, but with Hoosier votes gerrymandered into irrelevance. Our ballots cast, but our wills ignored. This furthermore perverts the core purpose of the House of Representatives to be the people's chamber, directly reflecting the views and the needs of citizens, not the whims of party bosses. James Madison envisioned it as a chamber where competing interests could debate and compromise, and not a fortress for one party's interests alone. Gerrymandering breeds uncompetitive districts, polarized politics, and unaccountable leaders who prioritize partisan loyalty over public service. It wastes taxpayer dollars on mid-decade redraws that erode trust in our institutions and rob citizens of fair representation. We must demand better, independent citizen redistricting commissions, nonpartisan standards, and an end to these manipulative tactics. Our founding fathers entrusted us with this republic if we...
Thank you for your testimony. You got a lot in 2 minutes. I commend you.
And I thought it was important to emphasize that this is about respecting the constitutional government as our founding fathers had envisioned it. This isn't about empowering Democrats or socialists, as some have accused those opposed to redistricting of wanting to do, but it is a means to help keep the General Assembly responsible to the will of the people by ensuring there are competitive districts. And should Republicans want to win in Marion County, which I hope that they do, it needs to be on the battleground of ideas and not by rigging the system in their favor. I also sat in on the Kendall and Casey show to give my perspective on the events of the day on Monday down at the State House. It was something to behold.
It was a wild day yesterday at the Indiana State House, and I wasn't alone in my misery.
Yeah, 127 people signed up to give public testimony. You were one of them. You know who else was one of them?
Our old pal, you know him from Saturday Night on the Circle, Saturday nights, 7 o'clock here at WIBC, Ethan Hatcher. He joins us now. Ethan Hatcher, hello.
Thanks for having me in the studio, guys.
Okay, so you made the misery of yesterday a little less miserable. You and I palled around for a couple of hours as we waited to speak. I thought you did a fantabulous job.
I appreciate that, Rob. But, you know, you picked the absolute worst spot for us to stand in the crowd because we were right in the path of where people were trying to squeeze through.
That's right.
I had folks bumping against me every couple of minutes. We were all packed in there like sardines. And I'll tell you what, those Democrats stink. That room smelled awful. Their body odor was wafting so thick you could cut it with a knife.
Okay, so I know we laid out a little bit about what happened, but you're standing earlier, but you're standing in this hallway out front of the State House, the Senate chambers in the State House.
Yeah.
They've got these speakers, but they're like little baby speakers, so you can't hear anything.
Yeah.
And they're supposed to be putting people's names up on the screen because you can watch the thing. But they're like two people behind, so you got to keep asking the guy who's like the gatekeeper, and then he's getting annoyed at everybody for asking. It was a complete dumpster fire, and so were many of the people. And Ethan and I numerous times looked at each other and go, I hate that we're on the same side of these people.
Yeah.
Because they're nuts.
Well, at one point I looked at you and I, kind of tore up my speech. I'm like, you know what? I've changed my mind. I'm not supporting you people. Screw it.
That was enough to do it. While we were questioning, what would make someone change their mind. Ethan, you did a good job when you were speaking in front of the committee. You were, as far as I can tell, the only person who got a compliment.
Yeah, I think they were a little bit surprised. I was able to squeeze all that in, but I was using my broadcasting training to great effect. I almost did it, Rob. I almost got all the way through. I gave 99.5% of a speech, but they cut me off halfway through the very, very last
He
sentence.
nearly hit the post. Now, you had mentioned, I don't like being on the same side of an issue with these people. because you had this experience yesterday, does that sway you at all? Does that make you go, you know what, maybe it should be 9-0?
No, not at all. I was just joking because I think the important thing is to stand for the principles of our country's founding, and if you don't have standards, then what do you have? Ethan Hatcher, Saturday Night on the Circle, is our guest. He braved the elements yesterday, spent several hours with me at the State House. My favorite part of the whole day yesterday, Casey, was Ethan and I, though we were signed up at the same time, somehow ended up like 20 people apart.
Yeah.
And Ethan speaks, and he's like, have a good day. See ya. And I was left to be there by my lonesome around these people.
I had to go to the grocery store. Well,
You bailed on him, huh?
I told you, A, they stink. I wanted to get away from the body odor. B, I had to go to the grocery store before I had a showing in the evening because I had work to do, Rob. I'm a working man.
All right, if you had to predict, because I genuinely have no idea how this is going to go, up or down on redistricting, what do you think?
If I had to call it, I'm going to say down.
Really?
Because the Senate had already it came out against this. And if they continue to support it, then they're essentially validating the scare tactics of all these squatters, of the violent mob. And I just don't think we can have that.
I was right. I was right. Everything I say is right. You'd be better off if you did what I said. I have no sympathy. You should have listened to me. I was right. I was right. I was right.
And I called it. The Senate absolutely voted it down, not by a slim margin, but by a healthy majority coming against mid-decade redistricting. And now the governor has flip-flopped, going from saying that he would decimate the opposition in the primaries to saying, well, they can stick around. If somebody wants to oppose him, that's fine. But otherwise, he's got more important things to do. Oh, how quickly his tune has changed. Thanks for listening to Saturday Night on the Circle. Don't miss the Sound Dump coming up next.
Santa's checking his list, and the Hoosiers keep landing on the nice and nasty list. Nice hustle, nasty from downtown.
And three-pointer on the way. Yes!
Coach Darren DeVries has a workshop full of sharpshooters and high flyers, stacking up wins like gifts under the tree. Grab the cocoa and enjoy some holiday hoops. IU versus Siena, Monday at 6 on your home for Hoosiers basketball. 93 WIBC.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. Trade stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto all on one platform. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move. All investments involve risk, including loss of principal. Options, futures, and crypto trading carry significant risk and may not suit all investors. Securities offered through Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Futures trading is offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Crypto offered through Robinhood Crypto LLC, NMLS ID 1702840, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Portfolio management offered by Robinhood Strategies, an SEC registered advisor.
Experience the wonder of happy Honda days at Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. Lease a 2025 Accord SE for $317 a month and zero down, or finance as low as 3.99% APR. Prefer an SUV? Lease a 2025 Pilot Sport all-wheel drive for $489 a month with zero down, or financing as low as 4.49% APR. Don't miss happy Honda days at Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. Tax not included with approved credit through Honda Financial. In-stock new Hondas only, not combinable with other offers. $10K a year, all fees and first payment due at signing. Offer ends January 1st, 2026. See dealer for details.
At Hendricks, our cancer care
is in the details.
When you are with us, and you have our time and you have our energy.
We have a wonderful team of highly trained oncologists, physical therapists, speech pathologists, dietitians.
Always making sure that the patient is the center of the care.
We have excellent nurse navigation that are skilled at identifying barriers to treatment,
as well as expertise from Mayo Clinic.
It is more personal care than just a number.
Visit hendricks.org/cancer.
Hey, it's Tyrese Halliburton. I've met some incredible people right here in Indiana, all waiting for a life-saving organ transplant. Different backgrounds, different stories, but they all had one thing in common: hope. Saying yes to organ donation provides that hope. One organ donor can save up to 8 lives. That's 8 families who get more time together. You have the power to save lives. So next time you're at the BMV, or even right now at DonateLifeIndiana.org, say yes to organ donation.
Fox News, I'm Sue Guzman. President Trump signing an executive order to block states from regulating artificial intelligence and create a single set of rules at the federal level.
We want to have one central source of approval, and we have, I think, great Republican support I think we probably have Democrat support too because it's common sense.
He also wants to prevent AI from having a political bias. Treasury Department announcing new sanctions on allies. Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro. Fox's Peter Ducey.
New U.S. sanctions have been levied against 3 of Maduro's nephews, 2 of whom are convicted narco traffickers. As the White House ramps up pressure on Venezuela, the president also wants a piece of seized, sanctioned oil from the vessel taken by the Coast Guard this week.
White House says it'll follow a legal process to take possession of the tanker's oil. America's listening to Fox News.
It's time to pull out your holiday decorations. Do you store them in an out-of-sight space like your basement? Your basement needs to be safe and dry. If your basement is showing any problem signs, condensation, wet floors and walls, musty smells, mold and rot, Indiana Foundation Service can help. These problem signs can be an indicator that your home might be due for basement waterproofing. From wall anchors to vapor barriers and sump pumps and dehumidifiers, they've seen it all and can do it all. This includes encapsulating your crawl space too, and making that a safe space for your valuable belongings and added storage. They'll work with you to find the permanent solution your basement and crawl space needs to stay dry year-round. Just visit IndianaFoundation.com for a free inspection and no-pressure quote today. Indiana Foundation Service. There's a reason they are the trusted local experts.
Indiana Foundation Service. Reliability from the ground up.
Everybody knows Hubler's got the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles. But did you know? Now you can get that same limited powertrain warranty on new Toyotas. Introducing the all-new Hubler Toyota. Get grand opening savings all month long. And during Toyotathon, lease a new 2025 RAV4, just $339 per month. Or a new 2026 Corolla, $219 per month. Plus, choose from Camrys, Corollas, Highlanders, Tundras, and more.
Hubler's got you covered.
At the all-new Hubler Toyota on US 31 South in Indianapolis. Visit HublerToyota.com. Grand opening savings and the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles.
Cover me!
Select models. Approved credit plus tax tag title license 249 dealer doc. RAV4 model 4432. Corolla model 1852. 39 months. $29.99 due. Zero security. 10,000 annual miles. 15 cents per mile thereafter. Expires 12/31/25.
Step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real high and I scream from the top of my lungs. What's going on?
This is Saturday Night on The Circle on 93 WIPC.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's time once again to don your handy-dandy hazmat suit as we wade through another week in news, beginning with Candace Owens continuing to decline, falling off the deep end into sheer lunacy as she battles with Piers Morgan, insisting that TPUSA was involved in a cover-up of Charlie Kirk's murderers. Also insisting that the First Lady of France, Brigitte Macron, has a penis. You'll hear that. Plus, Representative Jasmine Crockett insists the reason we need an endless flood of illegal immigrants into the country is because African Americans are done picking cotton. You'll hear that. Plus, an EBT recipient lamenting that she has to buy real food at taxpayer expense. Unbelievable. Almost as much as the Minnesota AG, Keith Ellison, blaming car thefts on car manufacturers. You'll hear all this and more for this week's edition of The Sound Dump.
I'll take you for a ride. I'm a garbage truck.
It's the Saturday Night Sound Dump on 93 WIPC.
I take you to the dump. I show you the sights, you know you want to ride. I'm a garbage truck.
Welcome back to Saturday Night on The Circle, where I'm your bespectacled curmudgeon, Ethan Hatcher, and that's producer Gavin, beep, 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 in his room, pushing the buttons and doing the things to make the show function. We begin with Candace Owens, who truly has gone off the deep end. This time she appeared on Piers Morgan's Uncensored, insisting that Turning Point USA, the institution that Charlie Kirk founded, was somehow involved in a cover-up of his murder.
Candace, I want to get to the reality of what you're actually saying. So when you say that somebody at Turning Point USA, Charlie's company, was complicit in his murder, Who? Who was?
I believe that there were multiple people at Turning Point who are, as I have said many times, my exact words are, they are engaged in a cover-up of what happened to Charlie on that day.
No, but who was involved in his murder?
I didn't say that they murdered Charlie.
You said that people at Turning Point were complicit in his murder.
No, my exact sentence that I said was that there were people at Turning Point who are engaged in a cover-up.
No, you didn't.
I believe
Sorry,
that
you didn't.
thoroughly.
Candice, you didn't say that. You said literally.
I did say that on my entire
You said
show.
there were people at Turning Point complicit in his murder.
I don't want to sound sexist, but women are an absolute disaster and a menace to society.
She's all over the board. She's blamed the French for the murder of Charlie Kirk. She's gone on the record to say that she thinks dinosaurs are a fabrication from modern scientists. Oh, they only got discovered in the 19th century. That's pretty recent, according to Candace Owens. And then she goes on to insist that First Lady of France, Brigitte Macron, is actually secretly a man. As if that matters, but it's something that can be proven in court, which is where she's going.
And I think we're going to see the same thing with Brigitte Macron and you, is that he was weaponizing deliberate lies for money. And I think you
Brigitte
did that.
Macron has a penis. I really want you to know
Brigitte Macron
that.
does not have a penis.
Brigitte Macron has a penis.
No, she doesn't.
I'm sorry.
She had 3 children.
Did she get it removed?
She had 3 children.
Yeah, you can have adoptive children. You can call somebody, but Brigitte Macron was born a dude named Jean-Michel Trogneau. And I just feel, I want you to know that. I want you to know that Brigitte Macron probably stands peeing up. Probably pees standing up is what I want you to know.
The beauty is we have a big bet.
I think Brigitte
we have
stands.
a big bet, and we're going to find out because it's going to court. And, you know, you will lose that court case. I think you know you will.
Yeah.
Why are you like this? Why?
I don't think this is accidental. I think Candace Owens knows exactly what she's doing. I don't think this is a fight with insanity, although maybe it is. I think what she's trying to do is get on the Nick Fuentes bandwagon of shock jockery in order to get the easy grift and propel herself to internet fame. But Twitter stardom is not the same as the real world. So Candace Owens, I think, is going to quickly enter the FO stage of FAFO. You're listening to Saturday Night on the Circle, 93 WIBC. Also, Big Brother being unleashed on the citizens of San Diego as now state officials are going to be rummaging through your trash.
Big Brother hit the curbside in San Diego.
We've never been this detailed and thorough with it.
The Democrat-run city hired lid lifters to snoop through your garbage at 6 a.m., checking for proper recycling under new state mandates.
I'm weird. I'm excited. I think it's cool to dig through trash. But I get it. I'm not the normal person.
Non-compliant bins get slapped with oops tags, forcing resorts, while managers gush over digging in trash.
We're not going to be enforcing or doing any kind of citations for minor or major contaminations.
Privacy invasion or eco-necessity.
Aperture Science. We do what we must because we can.
Nanny state totalitarianism coming to American shores more and more each and every day. And don't discount that there are several Democrats sitting on the Indianapolis City Council who would love to enact similar policies if they could get away with it. And soon you'll see the left coast and places like New York City are the blueprints for what they want to achieve here in the interior of America and the American heartland. You'll hear Texas Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett defend the mass importation of illegal immigrants for an incredibly shocking reason. Why? Because she says African Americans are done picking cotton. Those are her words, not mine. And so evidently we need illegal immigrants to do the labor for them. This, according to the Congresswoman.
So I had to go around the country and educate people about what immigrants do for this country, or the fact that we are a country of immigrants.
Right.
The fact is, ain't none of y'all trying to go and farm right now. Okay, so I'm lying. Raise your hands. You're not. We done picking cotton. We are. You can't pay us enough to find a plantation. I know that's racist.
Oh, well, what an incredibly odd thing to say. And this is the Congresswoman Crockett appealing to the lowest common denominator of her base, and also a very performative grift, because this isn't how she behaves or speaks in her common everyday today interactions with people on her staff, with others in the congressional office. This is a front that she is putting on for the constituency, and it's pretty gross in and of itself. You also have this EBT recipient who is being interviewed by the name of Hannah Moore, who is dismayed with the new restrictions by the Trump administration on EBT that would limit recipients to buying real food. What a tragedy that you're going to be buying whole and wholesome foods.
It's not even cool. Like, why they do that? What's the point of food stamps if it's just for real food?
Hannah Moore believes she and other SNAP recipients should be able to go into the grocery store and buy whatever they like. Soda, candy, prepackaged sweets, prepared desserts, and juice with less than half of natural fruit or vegetable juice in it will not be allowed to be purchased on SNAP cards.
I don't know what Trump is doing. I don't know what's going on.
Vegetables would still be allowed. Whole meats would still be allowed. Beef, poultry, fish, and a variety of other produce. All that would still be at your disposal from taxpayer expense. That doesn't seem like a punishment to me. And it's part of the name of the program, the Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program. The program was designed to provide nutrition if it's going to be paid for by the American people. That seems pretty fair and straightforward. Here you have the Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison proving what a disaster he is as he obtains a settlement from Kia and Hyundai to the tune of $500 million, blaming them for auto thefts.
Instead, Kia and Hyundai put their profits ahead of vehicle safety and ahead of people. Within months of the Kia Boys Challenge, we had a crisis on our hands. A public safety epidemic of vehicle thefts, financial harm to consumers, injury, and tragically, even deaths. Today, I'm pleased to announce that we have reached a settlement with automobile manufacturers Kia and Hyundai for their role in this costly, deadly crisis.
Give me money. Money me. Money now.
$500 million that the settlement that the state of Minnesota has received and extorted from these car manufacturers, who I'm sure have ultimately determined it would be cheaper than attempting to fight the legal battle and pay the legal fees and just pay the fine. But the reasoning there is absolutely absurd, that it's Kia and Hyundai's fault because they've made the vehicles too easy to steal. You know, in Japan, they have houses that are constructed with paper walls, wooden lattice with a paper covering, and the reason why they need nothing stronger than paper is because it notes the line of a person's property and privacy, and it's a high-trust society that respects boundary lines. But you don't have that in Democrat-run cities because there is no accountability and there is no shared cultural respect among the people, because that's the environment the Democrats foster, continually offloading responsibility for individual actions onto others. Here you'll also hear Democrat Representative Steve Cohen saying that being an illegal immigrant is no reason to be deported. Well, I think he doesn't seem to understand federal election law very well. Listen to this.
Order is focused on street and violent crime. Memphis has had too much, and it's gone down. It went down before the federal task force came in, but it's gone down even a little bit more. We don't know exactly what street crime is. But we know when we say we're going to go in with ICE and take out the people that committed the most serious offenses, the worst of the worst. And we mentioned crime as homicide. We mentioned rape. We mentioned pedophiles. We know who those people are. But they're arresting people simply for the offense of being in the country illegally. It's not right, but it's not necessarily something that should cause deportation when they are not committing crimes and they're contributing to the economy. So that's a concern we have.
Hey, pal. You just blowing from Stupid Town?
Look, absolutely the most violent offenders should be prioritized of the millions of illegal immigrants that Biden has imported into the country. But eventually, all those who have flouted federal immigration law must be dealt with, up to and including deportation. That's only common sense. finally you'll hear this absolutely unhinged DC resident lose any sense of and connection with reality. So distraught and outraged by Trump putting his name on the John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts.
Feeling like democracy died today. This is history happening today, and we should all be shocked that a felon, a convicted felon, and a thug, and by all means a grifter, has just stuck his name on top of a national monument. This is a desecration.
But resist we much. We must and we will much about that be committed.
The mentality of the perpetually outraged, not always realizing why or what they're resisting, other than they know they must. Thanks for listening to 93 WIBC Saturday Night on the Circle. Coming up next, a entertainment figure weighs in on a Christmas movie debate that's been going on for more than a couple decades now. Hear about it coming up next on Saturday Night on the Circle.
Hammer Nigel here at the 3rd annual Red, White, and Bowl 2026 presented by Jack Daniels. Friday, January 16th, Hammer at Woodland Bowl. It's going to be amazing.
With your price of admission, you get a pizza buffet, you get a drink ticket, you get 3 hours of bowling, and all the shenanigans that go along with it. And we're helping Hoosier veterans in need. Buy your tickets right now at WIBC.com.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
The cold weather has made it to Indiana, and you've noticed that your HVAC system can't keep up. But which way should you go? What system do you need? What size do you need? What's going to work for you and your family? You need Masters Heating and Cooling. If you're tired of HVAC and plumbing companies with confusing offers, Masters keeps it simple. Get a full second opinion from one of their Master Comfort Advisors completely free, so you can make your next home decision with confidence and peace of mind. That's a free second opinion, along with fantastic opportunities to get a perfect HVAC system tailored for you and your home. How about 0% financing for up to 60 months with a qualified system, or $1,000 off a full system replacement? Talk to Masters Heating and Cooling to get all the details. Call Masters Heating and Cooling today. 317-881-9074. Tell them Tony Cat sent you. 317-881-9074. Masters Heating and Cooling. 881-9074 or online at mastersindy.com. That's mastersindy.com.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. Trade stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto all on one platform. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move. All investments involve risk, including loss of principal. Options, futures, and crypto trading carry significant risk and may not suit all investors. Securities offered through Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Futures trading is offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Crypto offered through Robinhood Crypto LLC, NMLS ID 1702840, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Portfolio management offered by Robinhood Strategies, an SEC registered advisor.
This is James with Price Point Comfort Heating and Cooling. Out working during the holidays, I always love getting to customers' houses, they're baking, getting the free cookies or the cakes or things you're going to take home with you. Sometimes you're there helping somebody on Christmas Day, and it becomes a benefit. My wife's like, "Oh, you had to work today," and I don't tell her about the case of cookies I got in the truck that I got while I was at Mrs. Jones's house. So we're here if you need us. You're part of our family.
Price Point Comfort Heating and Cooling is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Experience Trump 1 year later with Tony Katz on January 24th at 6 p.m. Enjoy thought-provoking discussion, tasty hors d'oeuvres, and a chance to mingle with others. Thanks to our sponsor, PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse. More info at WIBC.com.
Samuel J. Snodgrass, as he was about to be led to the guillotine. Make 'em laugh, don't you know everyone wants to laugh? My dad.
You're listening to Saturday Night on the Circle on 93 WIBC.
They'll be standing in line.
Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Producer Gavin, I want to tap your shoulder. What's your opinion on the ongoing debate about Die Hard's status as a Christmas movie? Do you have a strong feeling one way or the other on that issue?
I want to start by saying thank you for asking me, because when I read your outline, I thought I need to weigh in on this. I'm one of the people who think it is a Christmas film. However, I'm not crazy about it. I'm not going to sit here and argue with people. I personally think it's a Christmas film.
I think anything can be a Christmas movie if you want it to be, because Christmas is about spending time with family. It's about tradition. And if your tradition with family is watching Die Hard, then go ahead and knock yourself out.
Yeah.
But a entertainment figure, Macaulay Culkin, known for his own Christmas movie, Home Alone, he's weighed in talking with mythical chef Josh from the Mythical Entertainment team. You and I were watching a little bit of 24/7 Good Mythical Morning before the show got started this evening, as a matter of fact. And this is Chef Josh's last meals. And Macaulay Culkin says, no dice on Die Hard.
Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
No, it's not. It's based around Christmas. Don't fight me on the moon.
It's really messed up.
It's based around Christmas, but if it was also St. Patrick's Day, it would work. Yeah. But you couldn't do like Memorial Day, Home Alone. Like, no, it doesn't work that way.
I think Arbor Day works. You could be in a treehouse.
I'm just saying is that, like, listen, I'm kind of the godfather of Christmas nowadays. So, yes, my opinion has some sway in this argument.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Ultimately, it's so unimportant whether you want it to be a Christmas movie or not. Just make your own traditions. That's the most important thing here. And most of all, don't get stressed if you want to be as long-lived as Dick Van Dyke, who celebrated his 100th birthday and attributes his longevity to keeping a sense of inner peace.
I feel really good. For 100, But I really don't, I have no pain, no discomfort. People say, what did you do right? And I say, don't ask. I don't know. I'm rather lazy, and I think, I've always found that anger is one thing that eats up a person's insides, and hate. And I never really was able to work up a feeling of hate. The things I don't like, people I don't like and disapprove of, but I never really was able to do a white heat kind of hate. And my father was a person who was constantly upset by the state of things in his life and everything. And it did take him at 74 years old. I think that is one of the chief things that kept me going.
And look, I think that's something to aspire to be as long-lived and to be as energetic in your old age as Dick Van Dyke is, who continues to do interviews, who continues to be a part of the entertainment scene, is absolutely incredible. And I do think, as I've said multiple times on this show, that your mental outlook has a great deal to do with your health and success. As I say it at the end of every show, life is a state of mind. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, to Hour 2 of Saturday Night on the Circle, coming up next.
It's Terry Stacy for Cynthia's Hallmark, and this Christmas, give her something she'll treasure forever. The most sought-after jewelry in the country, E. Newton. Timeless, elegant, and designed for everyday wear. And don't forget the classic Ronaldo bracelets, hand-wired with care in New Albany, Indiana, and these gifts are gifts she will truly love. E. Newton and Ronaldo are available only at Cynthia's Hallmark in Greenfield, and if you're looking for relaxation as a gift, explore the Lemon Lavender Collection. Pampering spa day favorites, perfect for anyone who could use a little comfort this season. And you've got to feel the lavender-scented Warm Pals. They're gently weighted, warm or cool, and designed to give that soothing hug-like feeling. Gifts that fit every budget for every person on your list. You'll find just the right presents at Cynthia's Hallmark, including gift cards. Make your holiday giving meaningful, memorable, and magical. Shop locally owned Cynthia's Hallmark, celebrating 40 years. 116th and Allisonville Road, 96th and Lantern Road, 116th and Brook School Road, and in Greenfield.
Holiday savings are in full swing right now at Tom Roush Lincoln with our 999 sale. $9,000 off a new Lincoln Corsair, $9,000 off a new Lincoln Nautilus, or $9,000 off a new Lincoln Aviator. Your choice of any of these great luxury cars, $9,000 off. Come on in to Tom Roush for those holiday savings. And Merry Christmas from our family to yours.
Corsair stock number L25277, MSRP 5220. Nautilus stock number L25270, MSRP 57235. Aviator stock number L25246, MSRP 65165. See dealer for complete offer details.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this.
Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $150 into something bigger when you bet on money line, spread, totals, player props.
$150 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Indiana. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Attention Indiana homeowners. Are you dealing with a wet and moldy crawl space? Hi, I'm Adam Swain with Swain Co. Crawl Space and Basement Repair. Your real, local, Indiana family-owned experts dedicated to fixing your crawl space right the first time. And with our new no interest, no payment financing, you can get the repairs you need without breaking the bank. Don't let crawl space water problems dampen your spirits. Call Swain Co., Indy's most trusted waterproofing experts at 317-407-1868 or SwainCoLLC.com.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. Trade stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto all on one platform. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move. All investments involve risk, including loss of principal. Options, futures, and crypto trading carry significant risk and may not suit all investors. Securities offered through Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Futures trading is offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Crypto offered through Robinhood Crypto LLC, NMLS ID 1702840, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Portfolio management offered by Robinhood Strategies, an SEC registered advisor.
10 athletes will face the toughest job interview in fitness that will push past physical and mental breaking points. You are the fittest of the fit. Only one of you will leave here with an iFit contract for $250,000.
This is when mindset comes in.
Someone will be eliminated.
Pressure is coming down.
This is Trainer Games.
Watch it on Prime Video starting January 8th.
Broadcasting from the Technology Recycler Studios, this is Indy's Mobile News. 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. The news starts now.
A warning from President Trump. I'm Daria Albinger, Fox News. President Trump making a declaration of vengeance. He's warning that any nation which dares to attack the U.S. will experience what Syria did yesterday. The military launching a series of attacks on ISIS targets in response to the killings of 2 U.S. service members and a civilian interpreter.
The U.S. launching retaliatory strikes in Syria in response to last weekend's killing of 3 Americans. The U.S. hit more than 70 sites targeting ISIS fighters, infrastructure, and weapons sites. 2 Iowa National Guard members and a U.S. civilian interpreter were killed last Saturday. They were in eastern Syria as part of a coalition fighting ISIS.
Fox's Chanley Painter Jordan confirming that it, too, was involved in those strikes. Investigators are still looking for a motive in the Brown University shooting and the murder of a professor at MIT. The suspect died by suicide days before police found him in a storage unit in New Hampshire.
The ATF and the FBI now confirming that the 2 guns that were found next to the suspect's body have been confirmed to be used in both shootings here at Brown University and also the MIT professor. So that suspect, he has been identified as 48-year-old Claudio Neves Valente, a Portugal national and former PhD physics student at Brown University. Police say he fired over 40 rounds into a packed auditorium 1 week ago today. 2 students were killed, 9 others injured. His DNA later matched evidence found at the scene. After a 6-day manhunt, he was dead in a storage unit in Salem, New Hampshire, with extensive ammo and body armor found nearby.
That's Fox's Brooke Taylor in Providence, Rhode Island. The Department of Homeland Security says more than 2.5 million illegal immigrants left the U.S. since President Trump returned to office. America's listening to Fox News.
Hello, everyone. This is Ainsley Earhart. Thank you for joining me for the 52-episode podcast series, The Life of Jesus.
Neil McDonough portrays Jesus. Stacy Keach, Sean Astin, Michael York, and Kristen Bell provide the voices for some of Jesus' notable followers. A listening experience that will provide hope, comfort, and understanding of the greatest story ever told, The Life of Jesus.
Make sure to spread the word.
Listen and follow now at foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you listen to podcasts. From the Fox News Podcasts Network.
This is Jason Chaffetz from the Jason in the House podcast. Join me every Monday to dive deeper into the latest political headlines and chat with remarkable guests to hear their take on American life, politics, and entertainment. And don't forget, there's always somebody doing something stupid somewhere.
Listen and follow now at foxnewspodcast.com
or wherever you download podcasts.
Must listen to podcasts from Fox News Audio.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
He's been working at IU.
I'm Jarrett Lewis. Here's what's trending this hour. A postdoctoral researcher at Indiana University is facing federal charges after the FBI announced this week that he was smuggling E. coli into the U.S. from China and then lying about it. FBI Director Kash Patel said on Friday that a J-1 visa holder from China has been charged with conspiracy, smuggling goods into the U.S., and false informing. According to the FBI, the man used women's underwear shipments to smuggle in the E. coli. Indianapolis police arresting 2 teenagers this week after linking them to 6 armed robberies of delivery drivers. Investigators say the spree began December 6th with the robbery of an Indy Pizza Pro driver at an apartment complex. That was followed 2 hours later by a Domino's driver getting robbed at the same complex. Over the next few days, other drivers were robbed, including a DoorDash driver who was carjacked. Both remain held on $160,000 bonds. There's a gap in Indiana's recovery system that a group in Plainfield is trying to fill. Johnette Cruz reports.
The Volunteers of America officially opened the Legacy Recovery House, a $2 million facility designed specifically for mothers and children. Jennifer Martinez, Senior Vice President of Clinical Services, Volunteers of America, Ohio and Indiana.
It's really an amazing thing that we've been able to do here. There is not enough recovery housing for moms with children, and so we are filling a significant need by opening these programs across Indiana.
The new home provides 17 bedrooms and around-the-clock support for women who have completed initial residential treatment. Johnette Cruz, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
I'm Jarrett Lewis on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com. Now the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Sunday, lots of sunshine, highs in the mid-30s. Sunday night, partly cloudy with our low temperatures in the lower 20s. On Wish TV, Storm Track 8 meteorologist Ryan Morse for 93 WIBC.
Hi, I'm Andy, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. As a product development manager, I make sure every piece of fine jewelry at Shane Company is meticulously designed for quality. From 14-karat gold chains, pearl necklaces, diamond studs, and of course, dream engagement rings. We know you can get your holiday gifts anywhere these days, but knowing your loved one's gift was crafted by master jewelers? It's a difference everyone can see and feel, no matter the price. All of our fine jewelry begins with a vision by our in-house designers. Then, we ensure each piece meets our high-quality standards every step of the way, including the smallest details. It's why our jewelry comes with our all-inclusive, free lifetime warranty that covers everything and doesn't cost a dime. At Shane Company, there's no shortcuts, just craftsmanship. Because a friend wants your fine jewelry to be nothing short of perfect. Come see for yourself. Visit us in-store or at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Tune in to the Absolute Retirement Planning Show.
When retirement comes about, we're now relying on what we have saved to meet those needs.
Sundays at 9 a.m. right here on 93 WIBC.
Baby, don't you forget about me.
Saturday Night on the Circle on 93 WIBC.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Hour 2 of the program. If you missed a moment, make sure to catch the podcast uploaded to WIBC.com, as well as my personal podcasting page, Saturday Night on the Circle.fireside.fm. And this segment, we begin with a celebration of President Trump, who has managed to achieve what neither Barack Obama or Joe Biden followed through with, officially rescheduling marijuana from the highest Schedule 1 and a classification with things like LSD or heroin, and moving it down to Schedule 3, acknowledging that it has applicable medicinal use. And this is a widely popular issue, something that Donald Trump picked up on during the Q&A with media after signing the executive order.
Some GOP lawmakers have written to you in recent days saying they're concerned this executive order could normalize drug use for youth. How would you respond to them?
You're talking about this particular today? Well, I think I'd let one of the doctors respond to it because they can do it a lot better than me. But I can only tell you that when you see polls of 82% of the people want this, when I have friends that are really, really sick and they've gone through, I guess you could say, unfortunately, I don't want to become too involved in it because I don't want it happening, but these are people that really know what's going on. Very smart people. This is one of the most successful people in the country and a very brilliant guy. And when they go through this horrible ordeal of cancer or other things, and they realize that this is something that makes them feel better without all of the side effects of some of the drugs where you're just totally knocked out and out of it.
Victory screech!
Finally, now this is something that we can all be on board with President Trump because it's going to deal a blow to the cartels and organizations, criminal organizations that profit from marijuana being illegal. It's also going to limit law enforcement resources that would otherwise be expended punishing these victimless crimes and be able to concentrate them on the violent crimes that threaten and endanger citizens in the civil society. And now I wonder what Indiana's excuse is going to be, because up to this point, Governor Holcomb and others in the legislature had indicated, well, we're not going to move forward with legalization because how it's classified at the federal level. Well, more than half the states have already legalized marijuana in some way, and Indiana needs to get on the bandwagon and get on the ball here, or else we're going to be losing out on a lot of economic development that could be taking place right here in the Hoosier heartland, which is already geared up to agricultural economy to begin with. So we could certainly take advantage of this situation that Donald Trump has now opened up to us, and hopefully between the private prison lobby as well as the lobbyists for Eli Lilly, they're not going to stop us from moving forward now that Donald Trump has made the first move here. Also, Donald Trump continues to defend Americans from this incursion of illegal immigrants, stepping up ICE enforcement across the country. Not all countries have this propensity for suicidal empathy and self-destruction. You also have Hungary, which has now passed the Soros Law, which would criminalize these NGOs from being funded and also supporting the incursion of illegal immigrants into their country. They're not putting up with it in Hungary.
European leaders in favor of a restrictive migration policy are gathering in Budapest today for a meeting of minds. It follows yesterday's vote in Hungary to stop Soros. That's a series of laws that criminalize any individual or group who help asylum seekers, including NGOs. The move defies the EU and human rights groups. Amongst those at the meeting will be Austrian Chancellor Sebastian Kurz, an immigration hardliner, as well as Hungarian leader Viktor Orban. And MPs also passed an amendment saying, and quote, alien population cannot settle in Hungary, outlawing EU attempts to relocate asylum seekers from Italy and Greece. Well, joining us from Paris now is Dutch journalist Stefan de Vries. Stefan, this is, again, another complicated topic. Why is there so much support on tightening restrictions on asylum in Hungary?
Well, Viktor Orban sees himself as the defender of Christian Europe, as the protector, as a perceived Muslim invasion.
Oh, yes! 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 Oh, yes! 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 Yes!
And you know what Hungary isn't host to? They're not host to these attacks on their Christmas markets. They are not the victim of repeated terrorist assaults on their citizens because they are making a stand and protecting their borders, their own sovereignty, and extricating burdens on society and on their welfare systems, like this guy who is making the rounds on social media this week, a Somali man, which celebrates the fact that you work for him, at least in his mind.
And you work all f***ing day, you don't got shit. Thank you for working so hard so I can be home all day, free. I can use my EBT. Go to work for me, white boy, white girl. Yeah! Go to work for me, you white animals. Work for me. Yeah, you work for me. And the U.S. government they work for me. All of you work for me. Now go to work. Pay them taxes. Take care of me and my people.
Oh, wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
So this Stop Soros law is targeted specifically to address issues exactly like that, of people who are not adding to the society, who are active enemies of Western civilization and civil society. And so the Stop Soros law, absolutely appropriate for Hungary, who should not be forced to fundraise and forced to support through taxpayer dollars their own destruction with these NGOs who are facilitating the incursion of illegal immigrants across Europe. And this is something that J.D. Vance has recently spoken about, noting that the American people cannot keep voting for immigration enforcement and then being denied by the courts. That's not how this system is designed to work.
You cannot have a country where the American people keep on electing immigration enforcement and the courts tell the American people they're not allowed to have what they voted for. And that's where we are right now. We're going to keep working it through the immigration court process, through the Supreme Court as much as possible. And look, success to me is not so much a number, though obviously I'd love to see the gross majority of the illegal immigrants who came in under Biden deported. That actually is a secondary metric of success. Success to me is that we have established a set of rules and principles that the courts are comfortable with and that we have the infrastructure to do that allows us to deport large numbers of illegal aliens when large numbers of illegal aliens come into the country. That to me is real success.
It's morning again in America.
Despite what Democrats would have you believe, this is not a constitutional issue. It is in the sense that enforcing the border is absolutely constitutional, and therefore the courts do not have the place or the jurisdiction to prevent the president from continuing to enforce the United States border and protect the interests of sovereign American citizens. Stay tuned to 93 WIBC. This is Saturday Night on The Circle.
Same stretch of 465. Same mess.
What a mess!
It's messed up, right?
Yeah, if Matt Bear's talking, I'm listening. He's saved me too many times.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Indianapolis traffic is a puzzle. Matt has the map.
I trust Matt Bear more than my traffic app.
Matt's stuck in the booth.
I'm stuck.
So you're not stuck in the car. Mornings
Good morning.
and afternoons.
It's lunchtime.
On 93 WIBC.
Exercise Incorporated wants you to start changing your life in 20 minutes a week this month. It's Terry Stacy, and Exercise Inc. only makes this offer once a year in December. If you come in for a free consultation in the month of December, you'll get 2 free sessions just for trying it out, and you don't even have to sign up. Exercise Inc. is a 20-minute once-a-week workout program that will help you get stronger, have more energy, and just feel better. This program was developed to help women with osteoporosis, but it will help both women and men get a lot stronger. Their program will also teach you simple nutritional habits that will help you lose weight and keep it off. Most importantly, you'll have a coach who will hold you accountable in reaching your goals. You don't want to miss this offer. Come in for a free consultation in the month of December, and you'll get 2 free sessions just for trying it out. Exercise Inc., Avon, Brownsburg, Greenwood, Zionsville, and now in Fishers, exerciseinc.com.
This Christmas, get a bonus AI Essentials course when you enroll in any My Computer Career IT program by the end of the year. That's a $3,900 value. Attend classes online or on campus. Enjoy lifetime job placement support and IT certifications in high demand. Go to mycomputercareer.edu today and take the free career evaluation. That's mycomputercareer.edu, an elite CompTIA certification partner. Conditions apply to AI offer, and financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the GI Bill.
This is James with Price Point Comfort Heating and Cooling. Out working during the holidays, I always love getting to customers' houses, their bacon, getting the free cookies or the cakes or things you're going to take home with you. Sometimes you're there helping somebody on Christmas Day and it becomes a benefit. My wife's like, "Oh, you had to work today," and I don't tell her about the case of cookies I got in the truck that I got while I was at Mrs. Jones's house. So we're here if you need us. You're part of our family.
Price Point Comfort Heating and Cooling is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Are you a business owner or self-employed? Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more? Pay close attention. Do not ignore this message. The IRS has unmatched power. They can freeze your bank account, garnish your paycheck, seize your assets, and even shut down your business. If you've received a notice or think one is coming, the clock is already ticking. Every day you wait, penalties grow and the problem gets worse. Call National Tax Solutions today. We'll connect you with an experienced tax professional who will negotiate directly with the IRS on your behalf. You may qualify for IRS hardship programs like the Fresh Start Initiative or many other programs that can stop garnishments, stop bank account seizures, reduce or even eliminate penalties, and lower your settlement amount. The IRS won't wait, and neither should you. Call National Tax Solutions today, 800-370-1384. The call and consultation are free. That's 800-370-1384. 800-370-1384.
Hey, y'all, I'm Blake Shelton. Being from Oklahoma, I know a thing or two about natural disasters. Tornadoes are common where I'm from and have affected my life and the lives of people I care about. No matter where you live, be aware of the dangers in your area and have a plan. You can create an emergency kit, come up with an evacuation plan, and know where to seek shelter. You never know when a disaster may hit. These simple steps can help save a life. This message is brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
Life is a collection of moments that last forever, so make them matter and make them count with a symbol of everlasting love. A diamond from Pierce Jewelers. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
This hour powered by Pierce Jewelers, Carmel's Diamond Engagement Ring Store.
No Kid Hungry is providing healthy meals and hope to hungry kids so they can build better futures. Learn more at helpnokidhungry.org.
You're listening to Saturday Night on the Circle on 93 WIBC.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Saturday Night on the Circle. And in this case, it's not a case of mistaken identity, but an honest-to-God doppelganger, an identical twin. It's like a plot out of a movie. Council member Nick Roberts took to Twitter this week to alert his constituents that he has not suddenly jumped ship for the Democrats and joined the Republicans, but in fact, his brother, also Nick and Nate, identical twin, his identical twin brother is a Republican, and he has entered the ring for local politics now as well. Here was the announcement from a Democratic council member, Nick Roberts.
Hey everybody, Nick here. I just want to address something for you all that you may have heard about because it's caused a lot of confusion. So my identical twin brother Nate has recently decided to get involved in Republican politics. And yes, I promise this is real and not a joke. While this might seem ridiculous for a lot of reasons, it's been very confusing because we look similar, because he's Republican, and because a lot of people didn't even know I was a twin in the first place. Like a lot of families, we have plenty of political disagreement hours, and it's just something that we've had to deal with. So just know if you see somebody like that looks like me at a Republican event, or definitely if they're wearing a MAGA hat, it is not me, it is him. And while we disagree on a lot of things, he's still my brother and I care about him. We just disagree on basically every single political issue. I just want you all to be aware of it. Hope you have a great rest of your week.
Curiouser and curiouser.
I think that is fascinating that you have identical twins who are on opposite ends of the political spectrum. How did that happen? And I think it's so cool that, in fact, when you have families that are being divided over stupid things like politics, that these people are able to come together and remain peaceable with one another. I think that's fantastic. And I plan to have Councilmember Nick Roberts on the show sometime in January. He is currently on vacation and wasn't able to join us this evening, but I think that's going to be a cool topic for discussion. The idea of coming together as a family despite these stark political differences. I look forward to that conversation. Elsewhere in the United States, you have an Amazon driver who has been accused of stealing a family cat. He's now been banned by Amazon and interrogated by local law enforcement, but he still hasn't revealed the location of Piper the cat. If somebody took one of my cats, they better watch out, because there's going to be trouble.
We've heard of the term cat burglar, as in a thief known for their stealth. But here, we allegedly see it in the literal sense. Surveillance video shows an Amazon Flex worker dropping off a package and is then caught befriending Piper, a pet cat. Moments later, the man grabs Piper by the scruff and walks off.
It's kind of a helpless feeling, though, because we watched her get taken, so I don't know where she is or if she's okay.
Diane Huff Medina has had Piper for 6 years. The Siamese mixed cat is an indoor-outdoor pet who is microchipped but was not wearing a collar at the time of the cat napping. The cat abduction happened Thursday around 6 p.m. in the 5800 block of Hazelbrook Avenue in Lakewood. Diane didn't realize Piper had gone missing until the next day after seeing the ring footage of the front of her home.
Gets out of the car, delivers the package. You see the flash go off. He takes a picture of it, and then he turns to the cat. And at first, it looks like he's just going to pet her. And you can hear her meowing in the video, but she sounds irritated.
She has reached out to Amazon as well as the Lakewood Sheriff's Department.
You stole it! He stole it!
No, I didn't! So that's leaving everybody, including, unfortunately, the owner, to ask, what has he done with the cat? Why hasn't he revealed its location? Some are speculating, because this Amazon driver is an immigrant. What if he ate the cat? I certainly hope that's not the case, because that would be even worse ending to an already sad story. But I can't imagine seeing your cat get abducted by an Amazon driver. It's completely unexpected, and hopefully the owner is able to get their kitty returned to them safely in the near future. Stay tuned to 93 WIBC. Coming up is another edition of Carl's Conspiracy Corner. Don't
put on a red tie, take a picture on the red carpet, then settle in for a night where politics actually makes sense. And the punchlines are intentional.
This year wasn't just unpredictable. It needed subtitles.
Be part of an evening with smart conversation, outstanding bourbon, and that signature Tony Katz blend of insight and entertainment. This is a night that will make your friends jealous if they don't join you. Tony Katz presents Trump 1 year later, January 24th. Get your tickets at WIBC.com.
You know exactly why you need to remodel that kitchen of yours. The space, it's outdated. You can't move around like you used to. It doesn't work like it needs to. You want to entertain and you want to improve your quality of life. This can happen, just not with the kitchen you have. You need to call Booher Remodeling. B-O-O-H-E-R. BooherRemodeling.com. They can take that old kitchen that's deteriorating and broken down and turn it into something that works for you and your family. Their 5-step design process from start to finish, the consultation, the preliminary design, the design development, getting all the documents together, and then getting it done. The best materials, the most skilled craftsmen in Central Indiana. Booher Remodeling will guide you through the entire process, starting with the free initial consultation, and they stand behind their work with a 2-year workmanship guarantee. Create that new kitchen. Design experts can use an existing layout or begin completely from scratch. Talk to Booher Remodeling today. B-O-O-H-E-R. BooherRemodeling.com. That's BooherRemodeling.com.
While you may not have to travel around the entire world on Christmas Eve, it's nice to know Hubler's got you covered for 100,000 miles. So head out on your holiday journey in a Hubler quality pre-owned vehicle. Over 2,000 to choose from. Chevys, Fords, Toyotas, GMCs, Buicks, Nissans, Acuras, Mazdas, Hondas, and more. Buy with zero down. Yes, zero down delivers. Plus, we'll pay top dollar for your trade. Bring Hubler your old car for an immediate appraisal. Every Hubler Q-certified vehicle is covered by a 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Includes a 128-point vehicle inspection and a free Carfax history report. No matter where your journeys take you, Hubler's got you covered with the best warranty around. Happy holidays, Indiana. Visit drivehubler.com or any of our 13 convenient locations. Select models, approved credit, warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
Fox News, I'm Sue Guzman. President Trump signing an executive order to block states from regulating artificial intelligence and create a single set of rules at the federal level.
We want to have one central source of approval, and we have, I think, great Republican support. I think we probably have Democrat support, too, because it's common sense.
He also wants to prevent AI from having a political bias. Treasury Department announcing new sanctions on allies. Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro. Fox's Peter Ducey.
New U.S. sanctions have been levied against 3 of Maduro's nephews, 2 of whom are convicted narco traffickers. As the White House ramps up pressure on Venezuela, the president also wants a piece of seized, sanctioned oil from the vessel taken by the Coast Guard this week.
White House says it'll follow a legal process to take possession of the tanker's oil. America's listening to Fox News.
you get up early on snow days, because snowed in is not an option. The Kubota Snow lineup of compact tractors, RTVs, and versatile attachments are built to thrive in the winter. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing available or save up to $5,250. Now through December 31st. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Stop by McAllister Machinery in Indianapolis to see their full line of Kubota or visit them online at McAllisterKubota.com.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. Trade stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto all on one platform. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move. All investments involve risk, including loss of principal. Options, futures, and crypto trading carry significant risk and may not suit all investors. Securities offered through Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Futures trading is offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Crypto offered through Robinhood Crypto LLC, NMLS ID 1702840, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Portfolio management offered by Robinhood Strategies, an SEC registered advisor.
Christmas is almost here, and if you're shopping on a budget, you shop at PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse in Brownsburg. Truly unique pieces you won't find anywhere else. And sale prices every single day. At PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse, you'll find gold, diamonds, gemstones, exquisite, one-of-a-kind pieces, and incredible local artist designs all within your budget. Your perfect place to shop for the holidays. PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse, 3750 South Green Street in Brownsburg, or online at pajewelers.jewelry. That's pajewelers.jewelry.
Stand Up to Cancer asked leading cancer researchers to speak about why they do their work.
Two words come to mind for me. One is responsibility, the other is purpose.
It's just so inspiring to do research that impacts human lives.
Stand Up to Cancer has been a critical partner in advancing research for cancer.
Cancer research saves lives.
So please, help us fight in this battle against cancer.
Be a part of the team that ends cancer at standuptocancer.org.
You're listening to Saturday Night on the Circle on 93 WIBC.
Welcome back to Saturday Night on the Circle, where I'm your bohemian codger, Ethan Hatcher, and my podcasts are uploaded to WIBC.com and SaturdayNightOnTheCircle.fireside.fm. Plus, you can always find us streaming live on the YouTube machine from 7 to 9 every Saturday night, so hop in the chat and join the fun. The Indiana General Assembly has finally settled the issue of mid-decade redistricting, roundly rejecting the attempt to disenfranchise voters against the will of Hoosiers. But the real conflict for the integrity of American elections lies not with rewarding establishment Republicans with safe districts, but addressing the fraud perpetrated by Democrats across multiple state elections. Until all elections require photo ID to participate, then the integrity of their outcome will always be brought into question and allow states like California or Illinois to further silence their citizens. Meanwhile, these same states are also rewarded for flouting federal immigration law by importing tens of thousands of illegal immigrants to artificially inflate their congressional apportionment through the census. Weighing in on these important issues is the stalwart guardian against the globalist forces of evil, the impenetrable producer Carl, who joins us for another edition of Carl's Conspiracy Corner.
You're listening to Carl's Conspiracy Corner. The truth is out there.
Have you ever seen a commie drink a glass of water?
Well, no, I can't say I have.
The views expressed by Conspiracy Carl are those of Carl and Carl alone. They are not the views of his station or its distributors. I mean, obviously.
Producer Carl, the construction costs in this place have gotten out of control between your brand new relocated broadcasting bunker deep beneath the streets of Indianapolis and this brand new radio structure that's owned by our company. Construction costs have gone through the roof. We need to stop spending all that money. How are you, my friend?
And yet, with all this new construction, we're on the phone.
Yeah, well, yes. The technology still fails us. There's lots of nuts and bolts that still need tightening, engineering that still needs done, wrinkles that need ironing out, as it were. It's happening all across the building. Our listeners are well familiar with it at this point, but all we can do is roll with the punches, right, my friend?
Absolutely. Well, thanks for that introduction. I, unlike you and Rob, I was for the redistricting, and I'll tell you why. I agree on paper in an ideal sense. We get a lesser Republican when more Republicans are ensure Republican safe seats. However, politically, the world is not ideal. And the fact of the matter is that you do have states like California that are playing games, and they voted we say they voted with no IDs in California. You never can trust anything that's coming out of California, but Proposition 50 has passed. And it's going to get appealed, but it's probably going to get appealed in District 9 in San Francisco. And they'll say, fine, California can totally gerrymander and racially they can do whatever they want because it's liberal and it's democratic. So we do not live in an ideal world. And so we have to play the war the way the war is fought. And when I say war, we are in a soft or a cold civil war. It's not a hot war. We pray that it never becomes a hot war, but we are in a cold civil war. And the Democrats always play dirty, and you have a lot of Republicans that don't want to play the same game, and then we have what we saw with this redistricting argument. It was a fail. The Republicans always find a way to lose.
Well, what happened to all these state attorney generals? Where's Todd Rokita at? That's my problem, because redistricting in the state of Indiana wouldn't solve any of the issues that you're talking about. It does nothing to impose voter ID across all 50 states. It does nothing to address congressional apportionment that currently factors in illegal immigrants. None of those issues are being challenged, except for, I believe, an executive order that was issued by the Donald Trump administration, but that doesn't have the force of law when it comes to elections. I want to see state attorney generals like our own Todd Rokita, who has time to sue everything and anything under the sun, including these pornography websites for, supposedly streaming porn to children, but then doing nothing about Twitter. So, I mean, that's hypocritical in and of itself. But then he's also leaving this gaping hole in our election law, which again continues to reward these Democrat states for factoring in illegal immigrants. As long as they're being rewarded, then fundamentally the game on the ground doesn't change, and they're going to continue robbing us and disenfranchising middle states and so-called flyover states in the Midwest. That's just how it is. That's what I wanted to see, and I still think there's time to do it. The war isn't lost, not by a long shot, Carl. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm glad that you brought up A.G. Rokita, because I know that through a Tweety bird that Rokita has heard this argument. For a guy like himself who likes the politics of the base, it's a no-lose situation to join other conservative AGs across the country and file a case and say, hey, states like California, like Washington, like Oregon are disenfranchising Hoosiers because they have illegitimate elections. If you don't have identification, you don't know if these elections are legit. And why should we Hoosiers play in this game where we play fair and they don't?
Absolutely.
And he would totally win on that. He would be beloved all across the Fox News universe if he got together with other conservative AGs and filed this case.
So my suspicion is the reason why you don't hear more about this is because Republicans benefit from gaming the system too. That's why their primary avenue to so-called rebalance the system in Congress was through gerrymandering rather than attacking the issue at its root. And again, not only would he be beloved among the base and beloved among many Hoosiers across Indiana and many conservatives in other states, but there is a golden opportunity here, one of the few times that we've had in recent memory, where there is a conservative majority on the Supreme Court that would be sympathetic to hearing these arguments and actually standing up to defend constitutional elections. That's what I want to see here. And I think you and I at least are on the same page about that issue. Go ahead.
Yeah, I have a more cynical view towards this issue. I don't think that it's what you argued. I think that the Republicans like losing. I don't think they like governing.
Oh, geez.
I think that they always like to be in the minority and to complain about the system, because whenever they actually have the votes, they never use the power.
Well,
remember what this segment's called. It's Conspiracy Corner. And I don't believe that the Republicans have any desire of pulling back the statism of the left. I think that they love it because they have something to complain about all the time. They complain, they don't fix.
I agree. I think that's part of the motivation. I think it's part of the motivation when it comes to Democrats as well, like with the issue of universal single-payer health care. Even though they've had a majority several times in Congress, they've never actually proposed a single-payer system because it always gives them something to run for as well as a system to run against. But I mean, it's insane that these politicians are actually profiting from the pain and the inaction that their own elections create. That's the system that needs to be destroyed.
Well, it's the old uniparty, right?
Yeah.
It's one big party, and we're not in it.
Left wing, right wing, unfortunately, they're both part of the same bloated bird. And no wonder we don't get anywhere, because they've been eating at the taxpayer trough for far too long, and now they can't even fly. It's it's a mess.
You know, we on the right laugh oftentimes about the left, and we see the TikTok videos and we go, boy, they're really dumb. And yes, the people on the TikTok videos and the large majority of voters who vote for Democrats are dumb. But the leadership of the Democrat Party aren't dumb. They're evil. And I believe that the Republicans, they're not evil, they're dumb. They don't know how to roll back any of this. When I was learning about politics, I first voted for I didn't vote for Ronald Reagan because Ronald Reagan was 80 and 84, but I voted for Bush in 88. But I loved Ronald Reagan. And Ronald Reagan talked about the dangers of big government. Republicans today aren't talking about the dangers of big government. They're talking about how to make government run better. You can't make government run better. It's the nature of the beast. You have to start pulling it back and dismantling it.
I think part of the reason why Republicans didn't win in Indiana on the issue of mid-decade redistricting is because they have fundamentally failed to deliver on a lot of core campaign promises. Look at what Donald Trump has done when it came to the issue of the Epstein files. He went from demanding their unfettered release to the American public to saying that the issue was a hoax. Look at the way he flip-flopped on the HB1 issue, where he had campaigned consistently in 2016, 2020, and 2024, saying that HB1 visa workers were bad for American labor and bad for the American economy. And then as soon as he's elected, he goes out there and says that Americans aren't talented enough to staff the manufacturing industry, and we need to import more cheap, unskilled labor from overseas, even though 80% of that labor isn't going to skilled positions. They're going to entry-level or junior jobs. So this is about undercutting the value of American labor. It's about importing cheaper alternatives. And I think people see that. They are disappointed with the direction that Donald Trump has chosen to take. He's giving us a lot of bluster, like the press conference this week, which touted lots of victories in the American economy, but you don't feel that on the ground level. We have some tax relief that is scheduled to come starting next year, including no tax on overtime and no tax on tips. But until it's here, Americans feel like they've been left behind, and they're unwilling to give the Republicans, especially the Republican establishment, an easy win and uncompetitive districts. No.
Yeah, you know, we're battling the clock here, but the thing that bothers me the most about Trump and promises that he hasn't kept, he promised to take away the income tax, and it would be replaced by tariffs. Now we have the income tax, and we have tariffs. And so Americans are not seeing prices go down. You know, this tax cut that you're talking about, the one that he, in the big, beautiful bill, it's going to be much like the property taxes here in Indiana. It's going to be a couple $100. That doesn't really make a difference over a span of the year. But you take away the income tax, oh boy, that's going to make a difference.
Well, and look at what the tariffs are doing to the economy. They are increasing the cost of everything. And if you're not offsetting that by also taking away the federal income tax at a bare minimum, then the cost of everything has gone up in the meantime. We are running against the clock, producer Carl, so we'll have to continue this conversation on another day. But thanks for coming in and offering your insights as usual. It's good to have you back, my friend.
Thank you so much, Ethan. Have a Merry, Merry Christmas.
And Merry Christmas to all you in listener land. Stay tuned for one more segment here on Saturday night on The Circle.
Santa's checking his list, and the Hoosiers keep landing on the nice and nasty list. Nice hustle, nasty from downtown.
And three-pointer on the way. Yes!
Coach Darren DeVries has a workshop full of sharpshooters and high flyers, stacking up wins like gifts under the tree. Grab the cocoa and enjoy some holiday hoops. IU versus Kentucky tonight at 7:30 on your home for for Hoosiers basketball. 93 WIBC.
You let him try violin because you love him. And if you love him that much, love him enough to make sure he's buckled up and in the back seat. Find out more at nhtsa.gov/the-right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Xfinity is the network you can rely on. Like a close friend who will give it to you straight. The friend who will tell you that new haircut, it's not great. Friends make sure friends get good haircuts. And Xfinity makes sure you get a good deal on Wi-Fi. Xfinity gives you reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi at our best price. This holiday season through January 4th, get gig speed Wi-Fi for just $50 a month for 5 whole years. No strings, no commitments. Just super fast, reliable gig speed Wi-Fi with our best equipment and unlimited data included. Save yourself from questionable decisions and save over Verizon and AT&T. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Xfinity Internet powered by fiber and connected to premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary.
As an IT professional, you have the opportunity to guarantee your data security, participate in 100% landfill-free disposal, and have peace of mind with R2 V3 certifications. Technology Recyclers provides guaranteed complete data destruction, 100% landfill-free disposal, and the certification to back it up. Protect your data while saving the planet. Receive a free pickup of your e-waste from Technology Recyclers. Visit tech-recyclers.com. That's tech-recyclers.com.
Experience the wonder of happy Honda days at Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. Lease a 2025 Accord SE for $317 a month and 0 down, or finance as low as 3.99% APR. Prefer an SUV? Lease a 2025 Pilot Sport all-wheel drive for $489 a month with 0 down, or financing as low as 4.49% APR. Don't miss happy Honda days at Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. Tax not included with approved credit through Honda Financial. In-stock new Hondas only, not combinable with other offers. $10K a year, all fees and first payment due at signing. Offer ends January 1st, 2026. See dealer for details.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. Trade stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto all on one platform. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move. All investments involve risk, including loss of principal. Options, futures, and crypto trading carry significant risk and may not suit all investors. Securities offered through Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Futures trading is offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Crypto offered through Robinhood Crypto LLC, NMLS ID 1702840, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Portfolio management offered by Robinhood Strategies, an SEC registered advisor.
KC and the Sunshine Band, live at Old National Center, January 23rd at 7:30 p.m. It's the ultimate throwback party. Get your tickets today at WIBC.com.
I'm tickled pink that things are rosy and skies are blue once again.
This is Saturday Night on the Circle on 93 WIBC.
No more will I sigh or cry.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the final segment of tonight's edition of Saturday Night on the Circle, the final segment of 2025. And the first episode here in the new building. I'm excited for the transition, and although there are a few bumps in the road, every show, every day continues to get better. So in the spirit of optimism, I wanted to end tonight's episode on a happy note and play another edition of Antique Show and Tell with Terry Stacy and the First Day Crew.
Ethan Hatcher, Saturday Night on the Circle will have to change its name.
No. See, Terry, it's still the Circle City. We don't have to physically be on Monument Circle to be Saturday Night.
You're really splitting the cheese there, pal.
Well, I'm a trained broadcasting professional, Denny. That's what we do best.
Ethan Hatcher comes in to see us every other week, once a month, whatever, we can figure it out. But he comes in to see us to do show and tell, First Day Show and Tell, to look at all of his treasures. And we try to up him a little bit if we can. Denny worked Radiothon until late in the night last night.
And I forgot I had the neatest things. There's no way this knucklehead would know what I was bringing in.
This I have for you today.
I'm not a psychic, Denny. That's a different show.
I was ready for you, bud.
This I have for you today is from 1962, the first year of the Circle of Lights, and this is an original light bulb. Now, it's probably not worth money, but as far as the value to me, it's priceless.
That's sentimental value. That's
Sentimental
a little piece of
value.
Indianapolis history, and I love Indianapolis
Me too.
antiques. I love local
Me
antiques
too.
because it ties you to a place, it ties you to a time, and it brings you back there. So the fact that you have one of the original Circle of Lights Christmas lights
It's special.
is really special and cool. How
I think
neat,
it is.
Terry.
I know. And you know what? Someday I'm not going to be on Earth, and I always think, who am I going to leave my treasures to?
What is
and that's going to be one of them that you're going to get.
What is the tag?
The tag is actually the number of the bulb when it was on the strand.
Oh, those are all numbered.
That was all numbered, and then the year 62.
Wow.
The year I was born.
How cool
Isn't that
is
cool?
that?
It's a
And
great
It's
gift.
an incandescent light, and
Yeah.
those
They don't make those anymore.
No, they don't. But they had specific lifetimes, and if I remember the IBEW story, they were designed to last one season,
And that's
then they
it.
would take them to the state fair and they would replace all of them.
And that's when a couple years ago they were doing a fundraiser, and they sold them to raise money.
And I love this
loved it.
tag right here up at the top, Made in USA. You don't
really
see
cool.
that tag enough anymore.
I know. I just love that treasure. Okay, show me yours.
Okay, today I have brought a box.
Okay,
But it's
an
what's in the
old
box.
beaten up box. Looks like a
now,
leather
I heard
box.
Danny talking about his German Lutheran family earlier.
Yeah, that's my dad's side.
This may well have been used by some of your German Lutheran family. This was made by a silver plate manufacturer in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
All right.
They predominantly made a lot of religious and ceremonial silver items. And this is a box for, if I can get it open.
It's a box for exorcism.
For your for your priesting needs on the go.
Communion. Yeah.
Yeah, this is
On the go.
W&E Schmidt Company.
This little box is about what size? It's for anybody that can't see us.
Let's say about 8 by 8,
Yeah,
6
pretty
by
small.
6. Yeah.
That's for home delivery of communion, usually.
Yes.
They would use this to go into a home, so if somebody couldn't get to church for the sacraments, they would take that.
For your priesting needs
Like a
on the
little
go.
suitcase. Look, a little tiny doll suitcase.
And they
That's
were
so cool.
opened at first in 1850. They went out of business just under 100 years later, about 1948. I wasn't actually able to find too much information on the manufacturers other than they were in Milwaukee for about 100 years. I'll let you peruse through this, Terry. Isn't that so neat?
I think this is so cool. We'll get it closer. Kylan, can they see this on the cameras? Can they see it? This is really special. What made you want this?
I just loved the quality of manufacturing. I think that it's still in the original box is so cool. And then
beautiful.
check this out, Terry. You've got antique stains.
Antique stains.
from where the
Antique
wine
stains.
from where the wine had spilled out during transit, and the stains are still present in the box. It tells you that this is an item that was used. It tells you that it's
Yes.
an item that was worn, and I like that it conveys the story of the people who used it. So that's what attracted me to it. I mean, I've got a hugely eclectic collection, Terry. I've got all
know.
sorts of weird and wacky stuff, and that one called to me.
I love it. It's heavy. It's heavy and it's engraved. Each of the pieces are engraved.
Take
Really
a good
is
smell,
gorgeous.
Terry. Give it a good smell.
Grapevines.
It just smells like old.
Yeah.
It just has that great old
And
smell.
then check out the cracker box.
cracker box.
Right here. Yes, if I can pull it out.
I think technically we're not supposed to call it a cracker box.
Is
We're
it a-
supposed to call it the sacrament
There we go.
box.
Oh, sacrament
Oh, it's
box?
like a little jewelry, like a little ring box.
Yeah,
A round little
that's where they
ring
put the
box.
Christ crackers inside of.
I just love that it's like a little suitcase.
Now, Danny, you know I'm an atheist, so
Well,
I'm not familiar with.
You grew up Jehovah's Witness, if I remember
I
right.
did, and they
I
don't
how
do
you put-
communion.
Yeah, and how do you-
except once a year. So, do the Lutherans believe that the Christ or the crackers turn into the body of Christ when you eat, or is that just the Catholics?
just the Catholics.
That's just the Catholics. Okay.
I love it. I think that is really special. How much did you pay for it? Can we ask?
$400.
$400.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you could probably sell it for $1 million?
I wish. No, probably in the vicinity. I paid market value for it, but see, Terry, it's not always about the resale value.
know.
I buy these things to put into my collection. I buy them to keep them, not to resell more often than not. I'll let Denny take a look.
Do you know
at
what
this
the
too.
price of silver is right now an ounce?
Not off the top of my head. It's in the vicinity of $50 an ounce, isn't it?
Believe it or not, it jumped up to 63. It's fallen back to $62 an ounce.
Wow.
So your little silver dollar, this is every bit worth of, I don't know how much you
Well, it's silver plate, so it's not as valuable as sterling silver or pure silver.
That's really pretty cool, Ethan.
Yeah, no, it's it is pretty neat. It's actually their patented quadruple plate, so it was a little bit more durable, has a little bit of a higher silver
Did
content.
they have electroplating back then, or were they doing the hot dip with the chemicals?
In the 1850s, I would assume they're doing a hot dip.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, because they opened in the 1850s. They went out of business about the 1948,
That's
so
older,
post World
that's
War
older
II.
than Dick Crumb.
I think just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
God bless him. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Has gold ever been less than silver? Worth less than silver?
No.
Silver has always stayed
They
below the value of gold.
There's two ratios. There's what they call God's ratio, which is 10 to 1. And when you go back biblically, there was 10 ounces of silver, which the Romans controlled at that point, to 1 ounce of gold. Then they had what they call the mining ratio, and the mining ratio was 15 to 1 because silver, they have to go deeper and deeper for silver now, so they can't get as much out. So now it's 15 ounces of silver for every 1 of gold. But here's the thing. The ratio for the longest time was 105 to 1 these last few years because the likes of Jimmy... Oh, sorry. I'm kidding. Yes, Mom. We're learning these new mics. But now the ratio is starting to come back down. But it got as high as 120 to 1, 120 ounces of silver for 1 ounce of gold, and now it's starting to come back. So the play in the commodities market right now is silver. Everybody's jumping on silver.
They are
I would also be banking on silver because of its value in technological manufacturing. It's all these microchips and all these computer parts. A lot of them utilize silver, so the value of silver is going to continue to increase.
In the weapons industry, it takes 500 ounces of silver to do 1 of their missiles.
Wow.
500 ounces. And the same thing in the solar industry. But in electronics, everything that we're doing for these AI, it's all driven by the price of silver. And a lot of people's pucker strings are pulling pretty tight because they have to have the silver so they can drive the price up because it's just a small component of the actual cost.
Now, when you said the weapons industry, I thought you were going to go for silver bullets so that way we can fight the vampires. Because you need silver to fight those
Ethan,
vampires.
If you can see Ethan, he looks like a long rider. We've got him on the
He's super
YouTube.
cool. Yeah.
Where'd you park your horse?
We will be riding that one-horse open sleigh all the way to Christmas Day and in celebration of the Christmas holiday here on Saturday night on The Circle. Final episode of 2025. I wanted to play one of my favorite parody songs by Glenn Beck, the Ramahana Kwanzmas, in celebration of a PC Christmas. Enjoy, ladies and gentlemen.
Have a Ramahana Kwanzmas, it's the PC time of year. Every holiday displayed because of morbid fear. Happy Ramahana Kwanzmas, yeah, we know the name is queer. Oh, good golly, can't offend nobody on Christmas this year. Oh no, the Eskimos need a holiday. We'll get right back to you when we take up one for gay. Happy Ramahana Kwanzmas, what a time for winter cheer. But if you see a Christmas tree, you'll hear Christmas cheers. Screw you, ACLU, for winning the 12 million in your lawsuit versus Santa and his elves. Have a Ramahana Kwanzmas, and everyone must now adhere. So by golly, don't hang up that holly on Christmas this year.
Yeah, and no more sleigh bells either.
That's going to do it for me, ladies and gentlemen. Final episode of 2025 done and over with. Thank you for joining me tonight, and I'll be back January 10th, 2026. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I'll leave you with my parting words of wisdom as always. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and whoever you're with, remember that life is a state of mind. See you in January, folks.
So what's in the bag today? Yesterday's leftovers? Another lunch meat sandwich? Well, go ahead and pull up a rock and settle in for a half hour of I wish I was eating something else. Or you could be eating something else, or someplace else. If you're brown bagging it at the corner of 30th and Shadeland area, drop over to His Place Eatery for 30 minutes of why didn't I know about this place sooner? Nothing fancy, Not a lot of frills. They save that for the quality of the meal. Like ribs that fall off the bone, southern fried chicken, sides that will cause your taste buds to thank you into tomorrow. Put that in your brown bag and eat it. Better yet, bank the bag. Go to His Place Eatery at the corner of 30th and Shadeland, or the newest location off 86th and Ditch Road. Your dirty boots and work clothes are welcome here. His Place, your place for lunch. Go to hisplaceeatery.com to learn more.
Rush on over to Andy Moore Ford during the year-end sales event. Save over $13,000 off MSRP on a new Ford F-150 Super Crew. If you prefer to lease, get a new 2026 Ford Escape for under $300 a month. Or go bigger with a new Explorer for just $439 a month. Both for 39 months. That's year-end sales at Andy Moore Ford. You can even buy your vehicle 100% online, and Andy Moore will deliver it right to you. And get more before it's gone. Routine maintenance plans are available to keep things simple and convenient. Andy Moore Ford, 2713 East Main Street in Plainfield, or online at andymoreford.com. Includes $13,241 dealer discount. Additional available offers include $1,500 rebate and $1,000 F-150 loyalty. Must qualify. Lease for $299, $439 per month. 10,500 miles per year. 25 cents per mile over. $3,500 to its signing. $0 security deposit. Tax, title, license fee, and $251.05 dock fee excluded. Available to qualified customers with approved credit. See dealer for full offer details. Expires December 31st, 2025.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
This Christmas, get a bonus AI Essentials course when you enroll in any My Computer Career IT program by the end of the year. That's a $3,900 value. Attend classes online or on campus. Enjoy lifetime job placement support and IT certifications in high demand. Go to mycomputercareer.edu today and take the free career evaluation. That's mycomputercareer.edu, an elite CompTIA certification partner. Conditions apply to AI offer, and financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the GI Bill.
Broadcasting from the Technology Recycler Studios, this is Indy's Mobile News. 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. The news starts now.
To protect his family from disaster, Steve used his camera phone. Done. By taking pictures of his important documents, Steve can always have them stored online. Learn more simple disaster prep tips at ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
You let him try violin because you love him. And if you love him that much, love him enough to make sure he's buckled up and in the back seat. Find out more at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Early morning gunshots in Indy. I'm Jarrett Lewis. Here's what's trending this hour. IMPD is looking into a fatal shooting from Saturday morning on Indy's northwest side. Police say a man was shot and killed inside a home around 2 in the morning. Officers are asking for help from the public in this case, as the Marion County Coroner's Office is now involved. There's been a string of quick
last night in response to the killing of 3 U.S. personnel. Fox's Lucas Tomlinson.
Operation Hawkeye Strike, named in honor of the 2 soldiers from the Iowa National Guard and their American interpreter who were killed last week in Syria by what CENTCOM called a lone ISIS gunman. President Trump spoke about the strikes last night at a rally in Rocky Mount, North Carolina.
I ordered a massive strike on the terrorists that killed our 3 great patriots last week. 2 soldiers, 1 interpreter, all great people. And it was very successful. It was precision. We hit every site flawlessly, and we are restoring peace through strength. We're all over the world.
Over 70 Islamic State targets were hit across central and northern Syria last night.
The Pentagon did not say how many ISIS members were killed. All U.S. personnel returned safely. A protest today outside the Kennedy Arts Center in Washington. A group opposing government censorship, Hands Off the Arts, is upset over plans to rename the building the Trump Kennedy Arts Center. Democratic Senator Chris Van Hollen addressed the crowd.
We've got a lot of work to do. We've got a president who doesn't
respect the arts. All he respects is cash from his donors and billionaire buddies. He's in office to enrich himself and his family and the billionaires who were standing behind him when he was sworn in on Inauguration Day.
The Trump-appointed Board of Trustees voted Thursday to add Trump to the Art Center's name. Democrats say only Congress can make that change. America is listening to Fox News.
Raise a glass, America. Introducing the Fox News Wine Shop, featuring award-winning wines from the coast to the heartland at a range of prices delivered direct to your door. So don't wait. Go to foxnewswineshop.com and use code FNRadio20 for 20% off your first purchase of 6 bottles or more. Go to foxnewswineshop.com now. Offer expires at midnight on December 31st, 2025. 20% discount excludes wine club offers and cannot be combined with any other promotion. Must be 21 or older to order. Please drink responsibly.
The Fox Nation holiday sale is happening now.
Merry Christmas to one and all!
And we're unwrapping our final sale of the year.
There's only one thing in my life now that really matters.
Fox Nation for just $2.99 a month. Sign up today and start streaming season 2 of Fox Nation's exclusive series, Martin Scorsese Presents The Saints.
People came to me from out of the darkness and they cried out for God's love.
Now it is time for you to return home.
Get Fox Nation for only $2.99 a month. Go to foxnation.com and sign up today.
Australia getting tough on certain speech after last week's deadly Hanukkah celebration attack at Bondi Beach.
We are going to see
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Early morning gunshots in Indy. I'm Jarrett Lewis. Here's what's trending this hour. IMPD is looking into a fatal shooting from Saturday morning on Indy's northwest side. Police say a man was shot and killed inside a home around 2 in the morning. Officers are asking for help from the public in this case, as the Marion County Coroner's Office is now involved. There's been a string of quick armed robberies targeting delivery drivers on Indy's east side. Ryan Hedrick has more.
Police say 2 people hit 6 delivery drivers in just 5 days, all using the same trick. It started December 6th when an Indy Pizza Pro driver was robbed at gunpoint. 2 hours later, a Domino's driver was lured to the same apartment complex and held up the same way. In the following days, DoorDash drivers dropping off Pizza Hut and Papa John's were also targeted. One of them was carjacked. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
If you're a Hoosier, it's never a bad idea to have your roof inspected, especially this time of year.
Homeowners are more surprised because they don't know about the problems until they're bad enough to be seen from the inside of the house.
Luke Speckman from Roof Scientist in Indianapolis says most companies will offer a free inspection to let homeowners know the age and some other factors about their roof and see if it can sustain ice and snow during Indiana winters. And Evansville's oldest radio station, WGBF-AM, will be going silent soon. On December 31st, Town Square Media plans to shut off the 1280 AM signal, which launched back in 1923. It was the first radio signal to go on air in Evansville. I'm Jarrett Lewis on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com. Now the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Early morning gunshots in Indy. I'm Jarrett Lewis. Here's what's trending this hour. IMPD is looking into a fatal shooting from Saturday morning on Indy's northwest side. Police say a man was shot and killed inside a home around 2 in the morning. Officers are asking for help from the public in this case, as the Marion County Coroner's Office is now involved. There's been a string of quick armed robberies targeting delivery drivers on Indy's east side. Ryan Hedrick has more.
Police say 2 people hit 6 delivery drivers in just 5 days, all using the same trick. It started December 6th when an Indy Pizza Pro driver was robbed at gunpoint. 2 hours later, a Domino's driver was lured to the same apartment complex and held up the same way. In the following days, DoorDash drivers dropping off Pizza Hut and Papa John's were also targeted. One of them was carjacked. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
If you're a Hoosier, it's never a bad idea to have your roof inspected, especially this time of year.
Homeowners are more surprised because they don't know about the problems until they're bad enough to be seen from the inside of the house.
Luke Speckman from Roof Scientist in Indianapolis says most companies will offer a free inspection to let homeowners know the age and some other factors about their roof and see if it can sustain ice and snow during Indiana winters. And Evansville's oldest radio station, WGBF-AM, will be going silent soon. On December 31st, Town Square Media plans to shut off the 1280 AM signal, which launched back in 1923. It was the first radio signal to go on air in Evansville. I'm Jarrett Lewis on The Level, on the go, and on WIBC.com. Now the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Sunday, lots of sunshine, highs in the mid-30s. Sunday night, partly cloudy with our low temperatures in the lower 20s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Ryan Morse for 93 WIBC.
Hi, I'm Andy, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. As a product development manager, I make sure every piece of fine jewelry at Shane Company is meticulously designed for quality. From 14-karat gold chains, pearl necklaces, diamond studs, and of course, dream engagement rings. We know you can get your holiday gifts anywhere these days, but knowing your loved one's gift was crafted by master jewelers? It's a difference everyone can see and feel, no matter the price. All of our fine jewelry begins with a vision by our in-house designers. Then, we ensure each piece meets our high-quality standards every step of the way, including the smallest details. It's why our jewelry comes with our all-inclusive, free lifetime warranty that covers everything and doesn't cost a dime. At Shane Company, there's no shortcuts, just craftsmanship. Because a friend wants your fine jewelry to be nothing short of perfect. Come see for yourself. Visit us in store or at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
While you may not have to travel around the entire world on Christmas Eve, it's nice to know Hubler's got you covered for 100,000 miles. So head out on your holiday journey in a Hubler quality pre-owned vehicle. Over 2,000 to choose from. Chevys, Fords, Toyotas, GMCs, Buicks, Nissans, Acuras, Mazdas, Hondas, and more. Buy with zero down. Yes, zero down delivers. Plus, we'll pay top dollar for your trade. Bring Hubler your old car for an immediate appraisal. Every Hubler Q-certified vehicle is covered by a 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Includes a 128-point vehicle inspection and a free Carfax history report. No matter where your journeys take you, Hubler's got you covered with the best warranty around. Happy holidays, Indiana. Visit drivehubler.com or any of our 13 convenient locations. Select models, approved credit. Warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
Live from the heartland and the crossroads of America, it's Tony Katz Today.
I am only one man with one opinion on President Trump's speech last night. You are your own man or woman, or man or woman. Yeah, that's basically your options. Tony Katz Today. Good to be with you, and you've got your opinions on the speech last night. Ed Morrissey has his opinion as well. Ed Morrissey joins me right now from hotair.com. President Trump speaks to America. Last night, primetime address. Now, I will tell you, Ed, that I have been saying for a while that they have to sell the story to America. Here's what's going on with the economy. We understand things aren't great right now. Here's what we did here. Here's what we did there. Here's what's going to start working, and here's what's going to matter. And yes, we have these investments, and yes, they're not yet in the ground yet. They're not shovel ready yet. We're not seeing the dollars yet. But when we do, here's what happens, and here's how it's better. Here's how this all turns around. They had started this with, we're going to fix this in a day, and now they want to get into, well, we had to fix Biden's mess. I don't mind the admission that you have to fix Biden's mess. I think it was very poor messaging from the beginning. I have said so repeatedly. I said so on Sean Spicer's show. That got to Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary. Steve Bannon brought it up to Scott Bessent and then referred to me as a stock Republican, which might be the most insulting thing I have ever heard in my entire life. Stock Republican, Steve Bannon, kiss my... Anyway. And now I'm seeing them tell the story, which is really good and really important, except I don't know if I like the way they told the story last night. You read the speech. You didn't watch it, which I love. You read the speech, and there's always a little bit of difference in the two things. What did you take from it?
Well, I took that this is really the launch, the official launch of the midterm campaign. You know, the White House has been saying that Donald Trump is really going to put himself at the top of the ticket. This is a little unusual for presidents who generally like to have a little bit of distance from midterms because they don't really want to make it a referendum on their presidency, but this is a little bit different situation. The majorities are so narrow in Congress that Donald Trump really needs to make sure that he can do whatever he can to serve in both the House and the Senate if he wants to have any of these policies be made permanent. Most of the stuff that he's done so far has been on executive authority, right? Which can be reversed. This is the reason why he was able to reverse a lot of what Biden did was because Biden didn't get a lot of this stuff through Congress. Biden did it on executive authority. And so legitimate. I'm not saying that was illegitimate, but the thing about executive authority is that when you get a different executive, they can change everything. And Trump has done that. And Biden did it to Trump before that. And Trump did it to Obama before that. What I took from this is that this is a pretty good platform to launch the midterm campaigns on. I think he was pretty disciplined, made sure that he got some real data in there. And then this morning he got a gift because the consumer price index numbers came out and it was unexpectedly significantly lower than what people thought it was going to be.
2.7% as opposed to the 3.1% that was predicted.
Right. And it's down from the summer spike. And, and I know that inflation rose over the summer, but it didn't really go up that high, right? I mean, we were talking 9%, 9.1% annualized CPI during the Biden administration. This was a summer spike that was caused at least in part by the tariffs. And now it's coming back down and the tariffs are still there. So I think Trump's got a little bit of, he can run like a little second victory lap today. Roger Kimball actually had a really good piece at Spectator today, which was that what did we elect Donald Trump to do? We elected him to close the border. He's done that. We elected to get the illegal immigrants out of the country. Well, 2.5 million of them so far have left. So he's well on his way there. He was elected to restore American credibility abroad, which is a key part, as Roger Kimball says, about making America great again. And he's done that as well. So he took victory laps on all those things, and that makes a lot of sense. But he did focus mostly on economics, which is what they're going to have to do. And so
yes,
I think we talked about this last week. We said, he needs to get his tight 10. He needs to go out and get he needs to tune this message up. The only way he's going to do that as a performer is to go out on the road and do the.
Do you think last night was his tight 10?
No, I think he's getting closer to it, though. I think he's getting closer to it. And that wasn't really a format for a tight 10 anyway. I mean, when we're talking about a tight 10, we're talking about rallies and specific areas and stuff like this. This was a White House address that is sort of, it's, the fireside chats of FDR, that type of thing. It's a different genre. And I think whoever wrote the speech wrote it for that genre. I think according to the small clips that I've seen of this, again, I didn't watch the whole thing.
Right.
Seemed like he delivered it in a fairly disciplined manner, didn't stray too much. It had all the usual bombast that was written into the speech. So if you read the speech, it's written into the speech, and that's classic Donald Trump. And I think he's going to be who he's going to be. But yeah, I think it was a fairly effective speech. Whether it moves the needle or not is what we're going to see. But it's not going to move the needle by doing that from the White House. He's going to have to be on the road talking to people.
Let me engage in some disagreement here. Talking to Ed Morrissey of HotAir.com. It's an effective message. It was not an effective speech. It was given with way too much gruffness and way too loud, as opposed to being explanatory and saying, here's where we're going, guys. I have got this under control. Follow me here, and here's going to be the better result. So it is in a matter of delivery. It did not deliver well, and it certainly seemed disjointed and out of place for what would be traditionally a primetime address. That said, Trump is disjointed from what anything traditionally would be, so it makes perfect sense. Yes, this is going down the road of better explaining oneself, and yes, there are plenty of good things to talk about. The problem is there hasn't been a messaging until recently, from the White House of how would they want it messaged. So you've got people engaging in these very kind of here, there, everywhere, scattershot conversations, trying to figure out which message is going to hold, but you need the team to be able to lead that down. There are successes for sure, and now you've got to go about pummeling a media that refuses to talk about those successes. So sending the proper message is one thing. Now, how do you get media to come along with you, and how do you counter that? That's, I think, the next step for this White House as you start to build the momentum towards what happens with this economy on July 1st, 2026, because that day will determine what happens on the midterms.
Yeah, no, or you can argue maybe July, the last week of July when Q2 results come out. We still haven't seen the GDP yet for Q3, but it's rumored to be around 4%. At least that's the Atlanta Fed is massive. Saying.
We all agree 4% GDP is out of control growth. It's crazy.
Yeah. So again, I think that there's going to be wins that they're going to be able to to frame up as arguments for staying the course. I mean, I go back, 45 years or 44 years to 43 years, I guess, to Reagan's midterm message in 1982 when the economy was not doing well. And because they were having to reverse several years of economic mismanagement and regulatory overreach in order to create an economy that actually worked. And Reagan's message in that midterm was stay the course. And that's going to be Trump's message. He's just not Reagan. So he's not going to deliver it like Reagan. Reagan had this, this clear sort of calm leadership style, calm, jovial leadership style. Donald Trump is bombastic, and his leadership style is to be the boss and to say, this is what's going to happen. He's going to be his authentic self, and he has to be his authentic self. It's what got him elected twice to the presidency. And that's what he has to do. He has to go out and dazzle people with this message. But the message itself has to be good, and it has to be valid, and it has to have data behind it in order to do it. And I think that is what you see in this speech, especially if you read it. You see that they're recognizing this, and they're looking for specific data points to sell. And they're going to have more as they go along.
Talking to Ed Morrissey of HotAir.com, one of the things in the speech, really quick, was the Warrior dividend. $1,776 to 1,450,000 members of the military. I don't mind military members getting a bonus. It's a hard thing to complain about. But $1,776 is too cutesy for words. And this could very much be taken as, oh, this is like paying off student loans. We're just going to buy votes right now. We're just going to write checks from I don't know where the money comes from and buy votes. So I'm not sure if a mechanism already exists to give military members bonuses. It's going to be weird to see people complain about this. But this is just a little bit of cutesy, and I don't know how much a fan I am of cutesy. You want to give the bonus, give the damn bonus.
I would have preferred 1787 because that's when we adopted the Constitution, or maybe...
Look at you. I know guys in the military who would have preferred $22 million.
We bought the Louisiana Purchase in 1804. We should have done $1,804. Look, I am not a fan of stimulus checks, which is what this is, really. I am fine with them doing a bonus to the military. They're paying for it through the tariff income. That could create a legal fight, although I don't think Congress is going to do that with the military dividends, the Warrior dividends. They probably won't fight it because it's going to look too churlish for words. However, what I was happy about was we all thought that he was going to announce a new massive stimulus check for everybody, which was going to be, $100 billion, a couple $100 billion or something like that in costs. And I'm happy that they didn't do that because the problem with inflation is not enough supply to meet demand. So this was the trap that Biden fell into 4 years ago. You had a supply chain crisis. You didn't have supply. And what did Biden do? He spiked demand, which is what created the massive inflationary wave that took place over the next 2 years. So this administration needs to focus on supply side economic policies, boosting supply. And they're doing it with energy, for instance. Energy is a good example of this. But they're doing it through the tariffs, negotiating for investments in the United States. I think Donald Trump said something like 18 trillion. I don't know how accurate that was. But certainly there's a significant amount of capital flowing back into the United States for investment. That's what needs to continue to happen. You don't want to spike demand in the middle of this because you're going to get inflation when you do that. So I was actually happy that it was only limited to the 1.4 million members of the armed services, who I am very happy that they will get a 1776 bonus to their paychecks this Christmas.